Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Math with Mr. W. And today our topic is multiplying by 10 and friends. And what we're going to talk about today is something that you can be doing as a warm-up, something where you're delivering to them verbally multiplication, and they're raising their hand, you're calling on them to see if they can deliver a solution. They can't use paper and pencil. They have to do it in their head. So let's take a look at this. Let's take the number 378. Now, 378 is a number they all should be able to understand and handle. The three-digit numbers are not difficult as third graders. Now, we're going to multiply this. First of all, we're going to start with the number 1. Well, that's obvious. Why am I doing this? Well, because I want to bring this up. This is called an identity. So identities in mathematics are important. Mathematics has identities as they go through their mathematics and things that are equal to other things. So, but here, this identity tells us that anything times 1 is itself. So we get 378. But now, have we talked to our youngsters about multiplying by 10? Have we talked about how we do that? So they'll see a piece of paper or in their book, something like this. And what will you have asked them to do? How will you have explained this to them? And some will say, well, I multiply 0 times 378 and I just get 0, so I have 0, 0, 0. And again, that goes back to that old-fashioned method, and it just causes, I think, more problems than anything else. The 0 is a placeholder. It's important. It's going to be there. But that's all we need to know. The only thing I can multiply is the 1 times 378. And I'm going to get 378 here, but it's going to have a 0 at the end. So my solution is 3,780. So when I multiply by 10, all I do is add a 0 to the end of it. My 378 becomes 3,780. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. You're probably thinking, well, this is not important, but just follow along a little bit here. We've got 378 again, this time times 100. Now, your fast students will automatically know what to do with this. They'll realize there's 2 zeros, and we only can multiply 1 times 378. So they'll do exactly what they think they should, and without you having to mention anything, they'll know the answer is 37,800 because it's 378, not with 1 0, but with 2 zeros. That's all there is to it. This makes multiplying 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 really a lot easier. A lot easier. But here's where stuff becomes a lot of fun for them. And maybe for you too. Because what happens when you ask them the question, what is 378 times 101? Look back at what I did over here and here. This is 378 times 100 plus 1. I know what 378 times 100 is. It's 37,800. That's this number here. So I have 37,800 plus I have one more 378, and I have to put that in the right place. Make sure that things go in the right place, tens, hundreds, thousands. So I end up with 8, 7, 11, 8, and a 3. So my solution is 38,178. So can my students do this in their head? Now, You don't have to start with this. It's much easier to do with two-digit numbers. Do with two-digit numbers. 47 times 100 and get 4,700. Then 47 times 101, and it'll get 4,747. Because that's easier to do. And as they progress through the year and they realize that's what they're doing, then hit them with one of these. So, again, enjoy your class this year. See you next time on Math with Mr. W.